What's poppin', y'all? You got your boy Lando and Esco. So it was going viral recently with Keith Lee and Ochocinco. And basically, y'all don't know Keith Lee. Esco, describe to the people who is Keith Lee and what exactly does he do?
And Keith Lee is a viral uh, food critic that's on TikTok. Been going crazy as of late with some of his critiques on the places that he's been. He goes out with his family, doesn't go let people see his face, so they can be able to have an authentic experience and then bring it back to the people.
And if your restaurant is good, it sells out. Everything go crazy. They got long lines. So if your food is good, it can change your business life. If it's bad, Shannon Sharp and Ochocinco was talking about it. So I'm about to first play y'all what Ochocinco originally said. This was his response.
That's his experience. You might have a totally different experience, Ocho.
You know what? If you have a large platform of that magnitude, you shouldn't be saying nothing bad. You should be praising all restaurants.
Nah, hell no. No, you and I gonna disagree with that one. Just
You
because I
praise
got a platform,
that
don't mean
all
I
our
have.
restaurants to
Ocho,
help their fucking business.
Ocho, my thing is,
I'm telling you how I am.
yes,
I have nothing against what he's doing. I'm just telling you.
yes, you do. You just said it's bullshit. What you mean?
It's bull.
You just said you didn't have
That's
anything
how I feel.
against it.
That's
What
how
he
I
doing?
feel.
So
That's how I feel.
hold on, time out.
That's how I feel.
Either.
So that was the first part, but he continued on and he went on what I'm about to play next, such as the black business part. He like, look, it is hindering black businesses if you go and critique them. And unfortunately, if your business is not popping, I don't care if it's black, white, whatever it is. So he's like, since it's black, it shouldn't, you shouldn't critique it. What's your thoughts on that?
I believe in nepotism, and what I mean by that is that we should be able to grow black business just the same way as the Jewish community, whites, the Asians. They all bring it into themselves. However, we should do good business, and we should be able to hold ourselves accountable to good business. And when we are being transparent in that, that's how people end up becoming famous, when you end up having those experiences that end up are authentic and shows what we doing. So I mess with what Keith Lee was doing, and Ocho was making a very uninformed display of himself.
So here goes some more of what he was saying.
Do it at their restaurants and give them the bad press and all the bad.
Ocho. Because you're black doesn't mean you're above criticism.
I'm not saying you're above anything, but go do it there. It's hard enough for us as it is. Now here you go.
So in other words, if he got bad service, he's supposed to just let that slide.
Service wasn't bad. Service wasn't bad. Service, because it wasn't. It wasn't. I ain't never had bad service. And even if the service was bad, they might be having a bad day because some of the goddamn idiots they don't have to deal with.
Ocho, honestly, in the customer service business, you can't have a bad day. Because think about what you just said, customer service.
Do you know what it's like dealing with some of these people?
You shouldn't get in that business. Do not get into the customer service business if you can be easily perturbed by having a bad day.
As somebody that was a flight attendant, customer service is everything. Like he said, you can't have a bad day with customer service. Like everybody pet peeve is going to a customer service place, a restaurant, wherever it is, and they have a terrible attitude, and you like, bro, why do you work here? Like you gotta go work somewhere else. So Keith Lee responded to Ochocinco. So I'm gonna play a clip of what was said.
Opinion is just as valuable as the next person's opinion. But I do agree with you. It is hard to open a restaurant. It is hard to get the funding. It is hard to have people come in. I agree. And I'm blessed enough to be a marketing platform for those restaurants, completely free. To me, it seems like you have no idea who I am. And again, that's okay with me. The main point was my qualifications. I'll be honest with you. I've been a professional fighter for almost 10 years. I've traveled the world eating food. I've cut weight from anywhere from 170 pounds to 135 pounds. And food is one of the most important things when it comes to cutting weight. So at the end of the day, I'm just a foodie. I agree with you. I've been blessed enough to be in this position. But then in return, I want to ask you, what are your qualifications to have this firm stance on this topic? Because to me, this seems like your first time ever seeing me. And if it's not, again, I have another question. Why is this your first time speaking on me? We've been blessed enough to raise over $40,000 for a restaurant owner who has cancer. We've been blessed enough to be used as a vessel to retire a teacher in less than 24 hours. We've been blessed enough to be a part of keeping multiple restaurants doors open. And all of this within the span of 10 months.
I want to be very clear. That question isn't to say you or anybody else should know who I am. I simply ask, if this isn't your first time seeing me, what stopped you from talking about the positive things we've been able to do? Specifically to the community that you are worried about us negatively affecting.
And to your point, that's without any formal qualifications. And let's be honest, I think one of the main reasons of why we're here is because I'm relatable. I'm a customer like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I don't take anything from these restaurants. No matter how much business comes from any post I make, I don't take any money. If I was to go to school and get all of the qualifications and start talking in big words that not a lot of people understand, would they still come out and wait in 4-hour lines? I don't believe so. I'm a normal person just like you. So again, you are completely entitled to your opinion, and so am I. And my opinion is that you should have done a lot more research before you made this firm stance, especially on a platform like yours. I don't go anywhere and just give my unsolicited opinion. And you said I should only get positive reviews. The reason I don't believe that it worked because it'd be inauthentic. And hypothetically, if I was to be inauthentic and you waited in a 3-hour wait time and you got to the front and the food was trash, who you gonna be mad at? The restaurant owner or me? Those 600 people who waited in line, they're gonna all make videos and say I'm a fraud, say I lied. And that 4-hour line only gonna be there at one time because everybody gonna say the food is trash.
Simply just to spite me, not even a restaurant themselves.
But if it's a restaurant where the people really put their time and their effort into, that 4-hour wait time is gonna be 4 hours the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
God willingly, of course.
Again, I'm gonna be very clear. I think you are completely entitled to your opinion, just like I am. 99% of my videos have ended very positively.
Charge my card for $26.73. That's what she said she made on sales today.
Instead of crying, you need to rejoice.
Their total sales was $2,200 for the day.
All right, just seeing that. First thing first, did you know that he was an MMA fighter, actually fought before?
Yeah, he actually, it was a clip of him talking about, I forgot what fight it was. The name, I don't know the name of the fighter, but he called the fight, and he went viral for that. But yeah, in his response, it was just eloquently put that 1, I'll give you hands. 2, you don't know what you're talking about. 3, you need to know me before you get to start talking on me. And 4, it's just like I'm doing the Lord's work by being an everyday person. Because honestly, being a black man, having somebody on TikTok overtalk me using big words, I don't want to listen to that. I just want to know, is it good or not?
And that's the most important part I seen in there, where he just like, look, I'm a regular person. People want to get on TikTok. People want reviews from a regular person saying, I went here, this how much it was, this was my experience, because it feel more genuine, because 99.9% of the world are regular people. So they want regular, genuine reviews, not even if it's not perfect. With him sitting in his car eating, it's so much just regular than him having a exclusive crazy studio doing a review.
Right.
So I think,
and it's a catch-22 with everything, because people are going to hate you and love you for everything that you do. And like he said, if he does do positive stuff, they're going to be like, everything positive. Once he say something negative, that's the Atlanta situation. Rum Restaurant made a whole video, one saying they don't know who he is, then made an apology in that same post.
Speaking of apology, we have Ochocinco. He ended up apologizing, and let's play a small clip of that.
Yeah, and I saw you going back and forth with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I was having some fun.
What is your retort to what Keith Lee had to say?
I like his response. His response was really good. It was really good. Listen, the wordplay and the delivery in which he responded in such a refreshing, respectful way. There's really nothing you can say. And the funny thing about it is the way it was edited, because one of the things I spoke on him about maybe the negativity of some of the critiques. But after my research and after my daughter getting on me and me doing my homework after the fact, I was like,
that's what the problem is. You don't wait till you flunk the class and then start doing homework. You do homework so you don't flunk.
Hold on now. Let me finish now. Okay. You know, he doing some good, phenomenal work, some beautiful work. Hey, listen. Matter of fact, listen. You know, obviously I apologize, but I'm Team Keith Lee too now.
So Ochocinco said he is Team Keith Lee, and Shannon Sharp gave him for backtracking. But I can say honestly, I respect, like, you have a social media platform, you say stuff, if you talk every day, you're going to say something wrong. And for him to just be like, look, my daughter checked me. I had to do my research. I was wrong. I apologize. And everybody leave you alone after that because they was cooking him on the internet.
This is one of the biggest lessons in just communication in general, because we are in a period where everyone wants to stand on business and business is closed. Business is bad. Niggas is doing bad business and they standing on it. And just to have somebody be like, you know what? Hey, I was wrong. Y'all was right. And again, that's all it takes to be able to communicate. I'm not trying to demean you, make you look stupid, but check your resume. Check my resume. Here it is. I've done my work. I've done work in the community. I've done work on my platform, and I'm here. I know you. I love you, but you don't know what you're talking about. And you can be all like, you right. I don't.
That
And
was
we
a
learn from it.
good one. Like, for real. What's y'all thoughts in the comments? Let me know. First, originally was Ochocinco, right? Was he wrong? Do y'all agree how they resolved it? Because my man came out with them receipts. It was all respectful back and forth. I like it. Let me know y'all thoughts.